Hey y'all, welcome on in. My name is Alex with the Creative Llama. If you see that red live box right there, that means I'm live. But if you don't see it, that just means you're catching the replay. So if you are catching the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay. And you can still comment away through the replay. But we're going to do our cutout of the week. So if you missed last night's live sale, you can still shop the live sale. Comment the word chick, C-H-I-C-K, and go check your messenger. You'll get the link to this guy, but also the lamb that goes with our chick. So be sure to do that. You have until Friday to shop, Friday, February 14th, but we're going to paint our little Easter chick over here. And we are going to make it very cute. We're going to distress and all of the things. Okay. So when y'all pop on, say hey. I am working on getting this live shared over into my broadcast channel. So if you want to know when I go live, make sure you join the broadcast channel. So right down there in the pinned comment is a link to join that broadcast channel. I always send a message every time I go live. And then I post other things in there like deals and sales and behind the scenes and all sorts of stuff. So let me get comments pulled up over here. Hi, Leona. Hi, Stephanie. Hello, hello. Hi, Melinda. So this is the cutout of the week. It is a little mini chick that's going to go with our little lammy that was in our live sale. Okay. I think I'm back. It froze on me. Am I good for y'all? There we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start painting. We got lots of little pieces, but this is going to be the cutest little chick ever. So, hi, Lynette. Hello, hello, hello. We are going to use the color Sunnyside to paint our chick, not pucker. We want Sunnyside. So Sunnyside is like this pale yellow. It's really pretty. Hello. Hi, everybody. Well, shoot. I might have to go grab my paintbrushes here in a little bit, but I'm going to use Sunnyside. This is a little bit on the dry side, so we're going to bring this sucker back to life. Okay, so I haven't used my Sunnyside in quite some time. It is dry. I mean, y'all, that's dry. So what we're going to do is we are going to kind of revive it. We're going to spray some water. This is distilled water in here. We're going to spray this in here, and we are going to mend this back. Hi, Michelle Pryor. Hi, Haley. I just need to get it thin enough to where I can paint with it. But you'll want to use distilled water in your jars. That way funky things don't grow in it. And just add a little bit of water slowly. You can revive these back to life. Even if it's completely dry, you can do it. It just takes a little bit of work. I'm trying. Hello, y'all. Happy Monday. I keep thinking today's Wednesday for some reason. It is not Wednesday. I think today has been, for me, it's been a very eventful day. Yes, like Thomas says, he always tells us to hydrate our pace. So I need to take my own advice and do it. But I'm just using my little detail tool to kind of mix this in. I find it a little bit easier than using a stir stick to mix it. It just gets it, I guess, a little bit mixed a little bit better. Hi, Chris. All right, I think that looks a little bit better. So I'm just going to take off a little section. I'm going to throw it into the lid. Throw it into the lid. Wipe all this off in my big old mess that I made. And we're going to create this cute little Easter chick. So this is the cutout of the week. It is $11.99, which includes shipping. Hi, Kristen. And this is going to go with our little lammy that we had in last night's live sale. So if you missed last night's live sale, comment the word chick, C-H-I-C-K, and go check your messenger. There'll be a link for the chick in there, but then you can also check out the live sale. There's a link, a button that you press that'll take you directly over there. Hi, Louise. All right, let's get this color on here. It's still a little thick, but that's okay. I can spray it with some water and thin it out. Now, you can use acrylic paint, chalk paste, whatever paint floats your boat, paint markers. But I'm just going to use my chalk paste tonight. So we do need to paint quite a bit of the chick with our Sunnyside. Okay. You could use Bumblebee if you wanted to, but I thought that Sunnyside was like the perfect little, oh my gosh, little like Easter color. Y'all, I cannot think today. I've had an eventful day. An eventful day. So I've been working, right? And I get a phone call and they tell me it's so-and-so, the sheriff office. And I'm like, what? Long story short, they told me that I missed a jury summons, a federal jury summons, and that I could either go to jail or I could pay a $7,000 fine. And y'all, I don't ever do anything wrong. Like, I don't get in trouble. I don't do any of those things. And so I'm over here freaking out. Luckily, Thomas was here and he heard the phone call and then started asking that guy questions. And it was a scam. I ended up calling like the local like courthouse here in San Antonio to confirm that I didn't have some jury summons. It was all a scam. And y'all, I thought I was going to owe $7,000 or go to jail. I was freaking out. Yeah, definitely a scammer. But, you know, like when I was talking to him and asking him questions, I was trying, like I knew like rationally, like it didn't make sense. Like it sounded like he was in a call center. It was really noisy. If I got in trouble, why would they be calling me? Why wouldn't they send me like a certified letter? But you know, when you hear those words, it's a little scary. Yeah. So it was quite an afternoon, but turns out it was all a scam. And so when we called the federal courthouse here in San Antonio, the lady, like Thomas was explaining what happened, and the lady, before he could even finish, was like, nope, it's a scam. And she said they got somebody last week for like $4,000. Yeah. But you know, like when you hear those things, like it's scary. And my mom was telling me that one of her friends, they like had a recording of her son. Like they could mimic his voice. So I'm guessing they use like AI to mimic his voice, and so that he needed help and that they need like a ransom pretty much. And then luckily they called their other son who had just gotten off the phone with them like 5 to 10 minutes prior to that. And they were trying to get a ransom for that. It was just nuts. So y'all, if you get a phone call saying you missed a jury summons and that you owe money, don't fall for it. Just hang up. I've never heard of it, Lisa. I mean, I've got other scams, you know, but I had never heard, you know, them posing as the sheriff county office where you live. So I fell for it. Thanks for the info. I haven't heard this one before. Neither did I. But you know what's interesting is when I went to the federal courthouse website, it was a notice, like beware of like the scam. And the caller can even show the police. Oh, I didn't know that. Lisa. Yeah, we called back. And this is when I knew like something's not right. Like it confirmed it for me. When we called back, because one, the call, they hung up on us the first time when Thomas started asking questions. And then they called back again. But in between those calls, we called back and there was no voicemail. It was like this user does not have their voicemail set up, whatever, right? And I told Thomas, like, if it was an actual sheriff, he would have his voicemail set up. So I let the calls go to voicemail. If I don't know. Yeah, I usually do that. For some reason, I answered Michelle. I haven't say we'll send the cops. Yeah. Hi, Anita. Y'all, it was an ordeal. I was very upset for a hot minute. Like, you know, in your rational state of thinking, like, you know, it's a scam, but, you know, they didn't even get to a point to like ask for money because we were asking so many questions. So I think they were annoyed with us. And then when Thomas got on the phone, they really didn't like that. They really didn't like that. Hi, Anita. I don't know if I said hello to you, but hello. All right, let's get this dry. Woo! Yeah. Hi, Shannon. It was a little stressful, and so I figured if it's important, not a scam. Exactly, Billy. I don't typically answer my phone, but sometimes I randomly will. And of course, I answered this phone call. Because like the first time they called, I said, hello. No one was there, so I hung up, and they called back immediately again. And I just was thinking, like, I couldn't understand the guy. Sorry, y'all, my internet keeps messing up. I couldn't understand the guy. It wasn't making sense. So, sorry, y'all, my internet keeps messing up for whatever reason. And it just was a little bit of a stressful afternoon. I fell for it. I wasn't going to give them my card info over the phone. I would have asked for, like, more documentation. But, like, I asked him his name and his badge number. He rattled it off real quick. And then we asked to speak to his supervisor, and his supervisor sounded like he was in a call center. It was, a system. Like, man, if you put this much effort into scamming people, why don't you go get a job? And, like, or start a business that doesn't involve scamming. I don't know. Just my thinking. So, and then Thomas was like, you need to tell your dad, because my grandmother, God bless her, she's 96 and she'll fall for that. So I'd tell my dad, like, tell Nana not to believe it. Yeah. Well, I definitely would have hung up the phone and called somebody immediately before I paid anything. I wouldn't have given my info. But it's just like, man, they really are scamming people out there. That is their business. Oh, I know, Jennifer. I know. But still, like, get like a legitimate business. Exactly, Mary. That's why Thomas said that. He's like, you need to tell your dad about this and have him tell her it would happen to you. And so that way, they don't believe it. Or she thinks about it. Okay, I got really heavy-handed with the paste. All right, so there's our little chickie. Let's do this part. Yeah, it was crazy, y'all. I mean, I'm glad it all worked out, obviously, but man, oh man. Well, because then I was like, while we were talking to the person, I told Thomas, I was like, I'm going to call the courthouse to see if there is a summons for me, or if I missed a summons. And sure enough, I was in the clear. Exactly, Shannon. So that's where I was also thinking, is like, I know they would either come to my house or send me a certified letter, right? But the guy, I mean, he had my address. He said my address in, wait till that tax time. Oh, that's true, Leona. That is true. That is true. So y'all be careful with scam phone calls. That is very true. Good point, my friend. All right, let's dry. And we'll clean up here in a second. So, that happened to me today. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yes, our keyword is chick. The keyword is chick. That'll get you the link to our little chickadee. And there might be another one of these coming in another cutout of the week. There might be another one coming in a cutout. I got a realistic bill that showed me we missed a tractor payment. We make a balloon payment every year, which is scary, is that they have the information where, yeah, that's scary, Mary. Oh my gosh. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but that is very scary. Yeah. Super scary. All right, let me clean this up. So just be careful. I'm good with like if someone texts me, messages me, like on Facebook or like in emails, I can spot it out pretty well. But like those phone calls, I don't know. I struggle with those a little bit. So just be careful. Don't believe it. All right, I think I'm going to have to do another coat on his little head, maybe. No, I think he's good. I changed my mind. All right, so there's our little chicken head. So we just have the little heart, the nose, and the glasses. So I'm thinking we're going to do the nose in orange, the heart in pink, and then, oh, and we have his button and his little button. I know what color we're going to do the button. All right, close this guy up. This is the color Sunnyside. Oh my gosh, making a big old mess around here. Hi, Ruthie. I'm going through my baby wipes like crazy. All right, close that. What color should we do we're gonna do it in brown. I've had them call pretending to be the IRS, and that freaked me out once, but I didn't fall for it. Yeah, the IRS will never call you for the most part. I think unless you request a call. But I don't know, when you hear Sheriff's County Office, it's like, what? What did I do? What did I do? All right, so I'm going to just stain this with burnt umber. This was an acrylic paint. But all is good. Oh, I did it in brown. Well, shoot. We can paint over it. Now that, yeah, because I was going to do the button in eggshell blue. Maybe I should switch it. Let's ask the question of the day. Exactly. What did y'all have for dinner? I have not eaten yet. Red glasses would be cute. Darn it. Gosh darn it. Okay, we'll paint back over it. Yeah, what did y'all have for dinner tonight? I'm going to have some leftovers of tacos that Thomas made over the weekend. And they were delicious. Okay, we're going to try to go over this in eggshell blue. We're going to try to go over this in eggshell blue. But let me use, I got an app called Real Call. It only rings the phone if someone, oh, chili dogs with coleslaw. Yum, yum. All right, so this is one of our new colors. It looks like this when it's painted. So it does have a transfer on top, but it is nice and bright and it does paint really well. It's a shimmer, not a shimmer, it's a metallic blue. And we're going to go over this. We might have to do a couple of coats of this. I had chicken and a rice bake, pizza. Ooh, what kind of pizza do you like, Anita? I love me some pizza, I will say. All right, we're going to have to do a couple of coats of that. But that covered it fairly well. Taco salad, yum. I love me some taco salad. Chicken wings. Did y'all watch the Super Bowl last night? I didn't really. Baked ziti, hi Leanne. Lemon pepper, pork chops, baked beans, and corn. Hi Sharon Hoover, how are you, my friend? All right, we're going to go in with an orange. But I think I'm going to do I want to do peachy keen? We're going to go in with ballet slipper for the heart. And then I need an orange. I think we're going to do papaya. Nope. Yeah, I didn't really watch it either. Not really. All right, so this is the color ballet slipper. We're going to do the bigger heart in this color. It's a really pretty pink. I love this color. Eggs and toast. It was breakfast night. I love breakfast for dinner. Yay, Lynette. I'm good. The new pink. Y'all love the new colors. The new pink. Okay, hold please. That's not ballet slipper. That's peony. I'm not telling y'all the truth tonight. I grabbed the wrong color. Oh, y'all want to use strawberry swirl? Should we use, okay, I'll let y'all choose. Hi, Dawn Grant. Should we use, this is peony, it's a matte pink, or should we use strawberry swirl, which is like a metallic pink, and it'll end up looking like that pink color on the back. Hamburger cheese dip with commercials. I can't wait. Yay, I know. The new colors are so pretty. What do y'all think? Not a football fan. Neither am I, Miss Ruth. My dang internet, y'all. I apologize. So peony or strawberry? Strawberry. Michelle feels very strongly about the strawberry. She put it in all caps even. The swirl. Okay. Then we'll do strawberry swirl. All right, let me do another coat of our eggshell blue. And I'm making a big old mess with it, but that's okay. We'll clean it up. We'll do another coat on the button. Strawberry, strawberry. Okay. Who got the new color Strawberry Swirl and Eggshell? Did y'all get, were y'all able to snag it? I heard you. I heard you. We will do Strawberry Swirl. Let me just wipe that off. All right, so I'm going to close up my peony. You got it. There's so much fun stuff in that launch. And we're having another launch soon too, y'all. Lots of fun stuff happening. All right, so this is Strawberry Swirl. It's a metallic pink, so it's going to be a bit shiny rather than matte. A matte flat, a flat matte, you know, a flat color. This is going to have a little bit of shine to it. Then let's take Papaya. Now you could use orange peel, but I'm going to use Papaya for his little heart nose. Yay, Barbara. You got all the new paste colors. I still haven't gotten the strawberries. Miss Jennifer, you need to go grab it, girl. You need to grab it. I don't know. I know it was showing it sold out for a while, but it wasn't sold out on launch day. People were very concerned, which I understand. All right, let's dry. I know. Anytime the new colors come out, I do purchase them. And then we have our new ink colors. This is 2 of the 3. Shimmer Violet, Scout, and then Pucker. I'm excited about those too. All right, let's do another coat of the Eggshell Blue. Now I'm doing another coat because, remember, I stained it brown at first, and we decided to change it to Eggshell Blue. The peach would definitely be cute. I thought about it, but I wanted to do an orange nose. All right, there are our little glasses. And then we will have to clean up all the edges here in just a second. Almost forgot. Yeah, it's cutout of the week, Miss Linda. We are doing a little chick, an Easter chick that goes with our lamb from last night. So this actually goes with the chick, and there's a third one, a third little shelf sitter that might be next week's cutout of the week. I don't know. I don't know. Just saying. Go check out the live sale from last night and snag your stuff. All right, let me close these up. We are done with the painting. Let's get everything dry. So we used Sunnyside for the chick's body, Strawberry Swirl for the heart, Eggshell Blue for the button and the glasses, and then Papaya for the nose, okay? You didn't get the new ink colors. That's okay. They'll be there. The new ink colors will be there, so. Ooh. All right, let's wipe up our table. We're going to get everything dry. We're going to fix the edges on everything, and then we're going to kind of distress and put it all together and do a little bow, I think. So let's dry this. So what I'm about to show y'all is I'm going to clean up the edges on this side of my cutout. So do y'all see how that paint is on the side? You can leave that if it doesn't bother you. However, I've been trying to be better about cleaning the edges of my cutouts before I glue them together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Mr. Pen chisel tip marker. Hi, Diana. And we are going to just go over the edges. Boone says hello. Do y'all hear him? Oh, he's kind of big mad outside. I wonder what's going on. Boone. All right, and it just cleans up the edges pretty nicely. I don't know why I thought the new colors were going away, so I hurried up and got them. Not the new colors, no. Like the Envo colors from the spring release. No, I'm sorry, the fall release. Those will be leaving. So that's like ballet slipper. I'm hoping vanilla does not leave. Vanilla. Those are the ones I can think of. Espresso. Oh, I don't want that color to leave either. those are some colors that will be leaving as of now. Once they sell out, I guess. I don't know. I really hope they decide to keep all 3 of those because I love all 3 of those. All right. You don't have to do the bottom. So I'm just going through, cleaning up all that paint. This wouldn't be an issue if I wasn't a messy painter. You start up in the vanilla. I probably should go do that. I'm going to be so sad if they decide not to keep that color around permanently. And espresso. I really like espresso. But espresso, I think, can be remade with like bark and a little bit of black. All right, so if you see my hand shaking, I'm okay. I'm not going to faint like that one time. For some reason, when I do this little part of the cutouts, I always start to shake. It's Chicken Little. Ooh, there you go. It's Chicken Little. It'll be our little Chicken Little. I like that idea. Okay. And if you want to add this week's cutout of the week to your lifestyle order, you can totally do that. I know. They were going to get rid of. Yeah. Oh, that they were going to get rid of. I don't think so. Not until they sell out. Which I'm really hoping they decide to keep at least espresso around. Now the circles on these are a little bit difficult to cover. So it might just be easier to paint them rather than go in and do what I'm doing. Just a suggestion. All right, and then the outside. We're almost done, y'all. Was this cutout on? No, this one was not on the live sale. It was not. It'll be on this week's live sale. But you can also add it to live sale Sunday. Like if you've ordered from live sale Sunday, you can also add it to that. All right. Perfect, Michelle. You got until Friday, so there's not like an absolute rush. Okay, so we're going to distress. Now, here's what I'm thinking, and I don't know how this is going to turn out. We're going to have to try it. Distressing with orange around the chick's body. Y'all might be looking at me like I'm crazy, but I just want to try it. If not, we're going to go in with brown. Brown's probably going to be what we end up doing. But I want to try it and just see what it looks like. Because this will wipe off. So if it doesn't look good, I can wipe it right off. I just want to experiment. Don't be mad at me, y'all. Let's just try it and see what we think. We'll try it on the bottom. Okay. Do we like the orange or should we go brown? What do y'all think? My dang internet, y'all. Leave it orange or go brown. I'm kind of thinking we should go brown. That's how, exactly, Billy, exactly. What do y'all think? Do y'all like the orange? Or is it just too much? Orange, brown, I like the, okay, y'all like the orange. Okay, then we're going to stick with the orange. So I really like these distress crayons, okay? And the way that I learned how to use these, because I've always seen people use them, like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. So I learned that it's helpful if you take a makeup sponge and your distress crayon and you just rub it on, I guess, the bottom, the butt of the makeup sponge. And you just swipe it on there like you would something else. And I'm just going to go all the way around. Now, if you don't like the orange, that's okay. Okay? I will not be offended. But I just wanted to try something new to see how we like it. Okay? And I like that the distress crayon, you can build it up. Sometimes I feel like with these, I either put it on really too heavy and then it's hard for me to take off, or the other way around. Like I put it on too light and I just struggle with, where'd you get the pin? This from Amazon. This is on my Amazon storefront. So if you comment the word chick and check your messenger, in there'll be a button that says Amazon favorites. Just click on that and that will take you to my Amazon storefront, and they are linked in there under distressing ink, crayon, something like that. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do it around his little wings. Now, I didn't need to distress his head and his wings because those are just gonna be covered up. I just wanted to kind of practice a little bit. Okay. But we're gonna go in and we are going to distress with that orange. And like I said, if you don't like the orange and you want to do brown, do brown. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. Oh my gosh, y'all. That is adorable. I love the orange. All right, a little bit more. We're going to do his other wing. Do the same thing. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love, love, love this. Hi, Pamela. All right, put that on there. And then we're gonna do his little noggin. Like so. And then we're gonna add some cheeks to him, or to her. You know, I'm really surprised I like the orange. But I'm just building it up and going around. I also feel like with the Distress Crayon and the makeup sponge, it doesn't give you as harsh lines when you're using this and the finger daubers. That's just my personal opinion. But I do like to use the finger daubers. That's so cute. Y'all look at it. Oh, he's adorable. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go in and we're gonna use some blush. Blush from my own stash. So if you don't have blush, you can go to the Dollar Tree and get yourself some blush and call it a good old day. Now I painted really heavily, so I can't see my score line, so we're gonna kind of have to just guess. All right, let me show y'all. The little noggin and the heart. Oh my gosh. Adorable. All right. Oh, I am such a dum-dum. It'd be helpful if I put the chick's head where, you know, the face was scored. And the Distress Crayon kind of takes the place over the detail lines than the markers. I can't do straight. Yeah, I struggle with the straight lines too, Michelle. The distressing does help. So if you struggle with that, you can totally just use the Distress Crayons. Yeah, it'd be helpful if I used the correct piece that had the face on it. You know, it's okay. I'm a mess. Lisa's like, girl, it's right in front of you. All right, so then we're just gonna keep adding blush. I was dying laughing. I saw what you were doing. I'm just being me, y'all. Being a big old mess. All right, so there is the face. You're probably like, dang, that chick wears a lot of blush. But it's gonna look good once we get all the pieces on there. All right, let's pull out our, so this one is the Distress Crayon and Carved Pumpkin. I just saw that they had a name to the color. So that one is Carved Pumpkin. We're going to use black to do the eyes. I'm just looking for a good black. Yeah, whoopsies, exactly. So the face is scored on there, so all you have to do is just color in the lines. Like so. And the same thing here. Now, this one does have little eyelashes, so I think I'm going to take a straight pin and clean those out. Hi, Angie Rodriguez. And clean those out, but I'm going to dry this before I go in and touch it and smear the black everywhere. That's okay, Tammy. I'm glad you're here now. There is no need to apologize. We are about done for the most part. We just need to turn on our hot glue gun. And we are going to glue this together, make a cute little bow for his neck. This makes me want to do the lamb one. I might have to do the lamb one in like a quick video. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so cleaning out the lines does make a difference. So let's start gluing. And here we go. Put this here. And we're going to glue his little head on. So I'm going to use stick fast glue. And we're just going to line this up the best we can. And let it sit before I go in and mess with it. Okay, then we got his little wings. His little wings. There we go. Lined up. She is a cutie. This side. Okay. Then we're going to do the glasses. Yeah. Line these up. Oh gosh, I got way too much glue. I put way too much glue on those glasses. Okay. Then we're going to do the little nose. Hi, Sandy Vogel. And then we're going to do the little heart down here. And there it is. I think I really like the orange distressing. So there it is. I don't want to hold it up too high because then my pieces will fall off. We've seen that happen before. But we're going to make a little bow for around his neck, her neck. Now I feel like the bow I have is just too giant, or the ribbon is too wide, but we're just going to see. Okay. No, I think that works. Okay, we're going to do that bow. Let me cut and make it a little bit longer. I know. We're going to add that's where the buttons are going to go. The button is going to go on top of the bow. Okay. Little tip for y'all. If you struggle with the bows and like tying the jute on straight and all of that, use these little, it's not really showing, but these little elastic hair ties. They will save you. And you don't have to fight to tie it correctly or get it tied in the middle, because with these elastic hair ties, you can adjust where it goes. I have found it to be so much easier to make bows using these, personally. I was thinking also of adding some raffia. But let me see what y'all think. Thanks, Barbara. And y'all stay till the end. We're going to do a giveaway, okay? And the winner will win a blank cutout of the week. You will win a blank cutout of our little chick. Okay, I got my hot glue gun on over here. Tie. I'm going to cut these. Might be a little too big, we can adjust. But I was thinking, what if we use this light blue raffia? to kind of go with the glasses. Or we could do pink. Or we could do pink. What do y'all think? Pink or blue? I'm wondering if we should do pink. Haley says blue. Where did you get the, I got it from, oh my gosh, Refabbed Boutique. I think that's where I got it. The light blue, okay. Lisa, if you send me a message, I can send you a link directly to it. It's not a commission or anything. I can send it to you. Now I will tell you, it's a little pricey, but you get a heck of a lot of raffia. So, you like the orange? No, this one is not from Amazon. All right, let's just see what we think. Janice, I'm still here, my friend. We're still live. I'm still on here, just losing my mind. Okay, I made that way too big. Okay, that's blue to match the glasses. Okay, let me do this. Okay, Sharon, just send me a message. Send me a message and I will get that to you. Okay, it needs to be bigger. And I definitely like the raffia on the rolls better than I do the, like, I see mine said, oh, I don't know. Janice, who knows? My internet has been going in and out. So, yay, okay. If you want to, Lisa, you can drop the link in the comments for Sharon if you want. If not, Sharon can just send me a message and I don't mind sending to him. Miss Janice, there's a lamb that goes with him. Which I should have painted the lamb ahead of time. I might do that after my live. It is raffia. There we go. That's better. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use an elastic hair tie. It sure is raffia. So it comes, there's blue. I'll show it to you in a minute. Gray, white, green, orange, pink, black, and yellow. Hi, Darcy. I love that name, Darcy. I think that's such a cute name. Hi, Lisa. All right. So centered. All right, so this is my question. I think the bow needs to be a little bit smaller to see the raffia. I didn't really ask, I just decided. I just decided without asking y'all, consulting my people. Okay, I like that. All right, so we're gonna glue our raffia. I'm gonna use hot glue. Lay this down. I'm sorry that I keep cutting in and out. My dang internet. You like the orange bow? Okay, cool. I do too. It's really kind of the only like Easterish color ribbon I had. Ow! Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. And I just realized I probably melted the elastic hair tie. Hi, Tammy. Yeah, I sure did. Gosh darn it. Hold on. I made a big old mess, y'all. I made a giant mess. Let me try this again. I didn't even think about that with the hair tie. Thanks. We're gonna do it again. We're still gonna use hot glue, but we're gonna let the hot glue cool for a second. And hopefully I don't burn myself like I just did. You know? Fluff this. I feel like I probably should have added a little bit more raffia, but it's okay. All right, a little bit of hot glue. We're gonna let it cool down for a second. And then we're gonna add the little blue button on top. And here we go. And then we'll just, not distress, but we'll add our lines and then we will call it a day. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh my gosh, that button is just adorable. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue and I'm gonna let it cool for a second. Hi, Thomas. Make me laugh every time. Well, I'm a mess. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Marcy. Oh my gosh. Hello, Marcy. I know you've been here. All right, lay that down. Oh yes, everybody say hello to Thomas. He's finally here. All right, let me add, oh my gosh, I burnt myself, y'all. That hurt. Let me add the white lines. Gosh, Haley, calling me out. All right. Then we're going to do here and here. And then we're going to add a little line here and here. And I'm happy with it. Yeah, hot glue is not fun. That's why I don't really use it much, because I burn myself constantly. All right, we're going to cut off these little tails. Oh, wait, I do need that. And then we're going to attach our little hanger, our little stand. All right, so there is our little chick. Like so. And then we're going to glue this. Do you have, Linda, I might. You'll have to come back next week for Cutout of the Week. Just saying. I might have a bunny coming that is very similar to this one and the lamb. Okay. We're going to use some hot glue to glue down our kickstand. And it does come with a kickstand. And hold it down. So you don't have to glue this thing in. It should stand. But I never have luck, so I like to hot glue mine in. I think I glued it too high. That's why. That's okay. But there she is. Ow, y'all. I was just talking about not being good with the hot glue, then I burned myself. Oh my gosh. What did you use to distress the chick? I used my distress crayon. I used the distress crayon in the color Carved Pumpkin. Yep, I burned another finger. Yeah, so this is another piece that goes with it. So you'll have a lamb if you get the lamb from the live sale. And then there might be a bunny coming for next week's Cutout of the Week. Okay, so if you want the lamb and you want the chick, go to my live sale, okay? Go to my live sale, comment the word chick, and in the message, there's a button that says live sale. Click on that. It'll take you to the live. Watch the live, claim your items, and then if you want to add the chick on, just comment the word chick in that live, and I know to add it to your invoice, okay? Now, if you already shop the live sale and you want to add this to your invoice, you absolutely can. Just send me a message, or this guy will be available this Sunday and this Sunday's live sale, okay? So you've got a lot of options. You can go get it now, or you can wait till Sunday to claim him. But so cute. I think I'm gonna have to paint this and do it just because I need it. I need to make it. So this might be a sped up video coming to y'all very soon. All right, y'all, let's pick our winner. So y'all hit the heart button for me. If you haven't done so already, please share the video. Sharing helps me out so much. Even if you aren't ever able to purchase or anything like that, sharing does help. And I lost my pen for this. Darn. An elephant. Ooh, an elephant would be cute. I'll go take care of it here in a second. The sharing does help. So commenting, interacting, hitting that heart button, hit the heart button, share it, and then comment the word chick and go check your messenger. Go check your messenger and I will send you the info, but let's pick a winner. Okay. All right. The 10th person on my end, number 10 on my end, to comment the word, let's see, comment the word button. To comment the word button will be tonight's winner. Oh, Tucky's is barking. You can get a set of 3, Miss Kristen, if you want to. Obviously, it charges you shipping per one. But if you send me a message, Kristen, I can send you an invoice so you only pay shipping one time instead of the 3 different times for this guy. So, all right. Let me, oh gosh, I wasn't even paying attention, y'all. I was over here just in my own world. Let me go back up. I forgot that I had done the giveaway. All right, so Lisa was number 1. Tina was number 2. Haley, you can't play. Pamela was number 3. Darlene was number 4. Shannon was number 5. Chris was number 6. Lynette was number 7. Deborah Burns was number 8. Kristen Pryor was number 9. And Rebecca Faircloth, you are number 10. My girl, you have won a blank cutout of the week. So Miss Rebecca, just send me a message. We were chatting earlier. Just send me a message and I'll get the form filled out to you, okay? So, no, Haley. If you want the check, just tell me and I will cut it for you. You already know this. All right. But there it is, y'all. Cutout of the week. Go snag her. I think it's $11.99, which includes shipping. But if you want more than one, you can send me a message and I can invoice you for the others. That way you're not having to pay for shipping multiple times. Okay? All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your night. I will be back live tomorrow. Maybe we'll do the club cutout, the club project or something else. I don't know. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Y'all have a great rest of your night. And if you want the chick, let me know. Bye, y'all.